sing out. And if you wanna be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that you are. If you wanna live high, live high. And if you wanna live low, live low. 'Cause there's a million ways to go, you know that you are. You can do what you want, the opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, you can do it today. You can make it all true, and you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need to know. Well, if you wanna say yes, say yes. And if you wanna say no, say no. 'Cause there's a million ways to go, you know that you are. And if you wanna be me, be me. And if you wanna be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do, you know that you are. You can do what you want, the opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, you can do it today. You can make it all true, and you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need to know. Sing out, and if you wanna be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that you are, you know that you are, you know that you are, you know that you are.
Good morning, Unity of Gaithersburg, and welcome to our sacred Sunday experience in cyberspace. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, and we are so blessed that we get to come together and share our talents with you through this wonderful live stream experience. Many thanks to all who are assembled company, Michael and Keith and Kevin and Jim and John and Jeff. We are just so grateful that we get to come and lift you up today with the music and the talk. Wonderful Reb Steve and Jane McCarthy, our platform person. So once again, welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg, Sunday morning experience. And now I'm going to turn you back over to our wonderful music team to open your hearts and lift your spirits.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and the strife, the sunny side we're also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Though the storm and its fury break today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Storm and cloud will time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten every day, if we keep on the sunny side of life. With a song of hope each day, though the moments be cloudy or fair. Let us trust in our Savior always, who keepeth everyone in his care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten every day, if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for getting us started on this beautiful Sunday morning. And now it's time to center ourselves as I turn you over to Rev Steve for our opening prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Unity of Gaithersburg, glad to be with you. And we're on the sunny side, are we not? Whatever the weather is, we are on the sunny side. And as we affirm the sunniness of life, as we affirm our divine light, our life changes. And so let's move into a time of knowingness, a time of believing and claiming our sunny side. We see what's happening on the planet. And if we look at it through another lens, other than what we see of calls for love and strife and pain and doubt and worry, there is another way of looking at this. As we shift our perception to a sunny side, the invitation is a light-filled side. Our life changes. And also we become a healing wave that rolls throughout the universe with our thoughts. And so we take a breath and we let go and we open to the insights that are already coming to us for this moment in time, and that will always roll into and through us if we choose to. So we're certain about our identity. Our identity is absolutely given. And we say thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for this time and for this lifetime of possibility. And so it is. Now, Jane will share some transformational opportunities. Jane McCarthy.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Good morning, everyone. And now these are our transformational opportunities, and you can find these more in our community newsletter, and you can receive the newsletter by sharing your email with us. So our first event is our spring book study, which is underway. Steve is leading us in a discussion based on the book, The Eye of the Storm by Gary Simmons. The class will run for 6 weeks, and it actually started this past week on Wednesday evening and will go until April 7th. You can still join us in this discussion group. Go to Unity of Gaithersburg under special events for more information, or you can send an email to Edie at admin@unityofgaithersburg.org. So now an update from our transitional team. On Friday, April 7th, from 7 to 9 p.m. and Saturday, 9 to 1, a community gathering will be called, and will take place, and it's called Honoring Our Past, Creating Our Future, a process to bring the Unity of Gaithersburg community together to share their story and to begin to see the ways that they have created identity, community, meaning, and purpose as we orient ourselves to the present and future possibilities. And again, the date for this will be Friday evening, April 16th, 7 to 9 p.m., and Saturday, April 17th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we will also have 2 informational sessions that will be led by Steve via Zoom to answer questions about this program, which is also called HopCuff, Honoring Our Past, Creating Our Future, this process. Sunday, March 21st, after the 12:15 service, or you can join Steve on Tuesday, March 30th at 7 p.m. The Zoom link again is in our newsletter, or you can email our administrative office. So now Steve would like to make a few remarks about this.
Yes, this process coming up called HopCoff, Honoring Our Past, Creating Our Future, is a key reason why I'm with you folks for these months. And one of the things we understand about change and about going through a reset with a minister is that we need to take time to look at what's going on. Who are we? Who is Unity of Gaithersburg right now? And what is our history? What's our past that we celebrate and we love? And what is our past that we're still learning from and that we want to learn even further and dig deeply? And we want to come together as an entire community. And so this is why everyone that has ever attended Unity of Gaithersburg over the years, even if you haven't been for quite a while, everyone's going to be invited. You are invited to be with us on April 16 and 17. It's a very key process. If this is your spiritual home or community, or you're thinking about it, we would invite you to really make an effort to be a part of this. And if you have questions and so on, March 21, Sunday, or March 30, you come to either one. Some of the transition team who are wonderful. They've been doing amazing service right now, and some of them will be at that meeting too. And we will answer questions and go over some details. So honoring our past, creating our future. It's called HopCoff, 2 different parts. Honoring our past, celebrating our past. Creating our future, celebrating the unknown that we're all part of. So you're part of it, and you're part of this community, and we bless you for that. So back to Jane.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to lead us in this
Yes.
wonderful prayer that we want to give thanks to our chaplains, our incredible chaplains. You know, Unity of Gaithersburg, some of you may not realize that you have an incredible resource for you all the time to support you in life. And all you need to do is contact them. And they contact you quite often, but they are incredible sacred servants. And we invited them to put together a prayer for this entire transition time that Unity of Gaithersburg is going through right now. So you see it on your screen. And so I'd like to have you join us and maybe mute yourself, but as we say aloud this prayer for Unity of Gaithersburg, and hold the heart, you see the heart there? From your heart, hold this vision and your prayer in your heart. As we say together, we hold a vision of a smooth, grace-filled, and peaceful ministry transition process, embracing our differences as we expand our consciousness of oneness and love. Throughout this process, informed by our divine nature, we co-create joy-filled, loving, and expansive growth experiences. And we declare, so it is, and amen. And now back to Jane.
There we go. Okay, thank you, Steve. So, to continue with our transformational opportunities, we will again have a community fellowship today after service. This is a time where we can gather at 12:15, and we have the Zoom link for this is in the newsletter also. Our Hump Day Happy Hour continues to take place every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and via Zoom. Now, if you'll center yourselves as we reflect together on today's daily word. And the daily word for Sunday, March 7th, 2021, our focus is world peace. And our affirmation, celebrating diversity and affirming unity. I am a presence of peace in the world. The road to world peace begins with my open-hearted acceptance of those who are different than me. Our world is vast and diverse, and its people come from a wide variety of cultures and histories. The more I learn about those whose lives differ from mine, the more I can appreciate their perspectives and empathize with their struggles. When I make the decision to understand others, I discover that judgment fades in the light of compassion. Today, I sow peace through my acceptance and understanding. Peace in the world grows as I join my brothers and sisters in celebrating the glory of human diversity, affirming oneness in God. And from Isaiah, verse 2, chapter 4, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And now let's take a deep breath together as we prepare for meditation by singing All Is Well.
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, I can feel my breath rise and fall. There's a light inside that dispels all my fears, and I hear a gentle voice calling. All is well, 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 all is well.
Oh, yes, we come to this moment in time where we hear the promise, all is well. And let us each say those words, perhaps whisper them aloud right now, and pay attention to our thoughts and our feelings as we say, all is well. All is well. And as we gather together, we have a possibility for new discovery, for a new level of certainty that all is well. And And it seems that as we are in human form, that human form is designed to create uncertainty at times. In our human form, we forget. As Carl Jung said, as far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being. Kindling a light of meaning in the darkness. And so we open to our life and to the events that seem to be so present in our thoughts, in our concerns and in our words. And sometimes we believe it's in our heart. And as we move into awareness of our physical heart, a seat of the soul, a seat of love within all human bodies, within all awareness, love, we make a choice to move into an awareness of absolute certainty of our divinity. And as we hear some continued music for a few moments and then we move into the silence, we pay attention to thoroughly believing and embracing our divinity. All is well, for I'm a divine and loved and loving spiritual being having this human experience of my spirituality. My identity is absolutely certain and is never, ever diminished. In the silence we rest. In the silence we know. As we return our awareness to this space where we are, perhaps with others and also perhaps others of our family, of our acquaintances, as our friends, as our loved ones, as our neighbors, as our unknown folks. We give thanks in advance for the grace that comes through us. We give thanks for the willingness that we have just demonstrated to always be certain of who we are. Who have I come here to be? We know at the deepest level, my identity is certain. My identity is certain. Affirm that with me, please. My identity is certain. And we see ourselves claiming our spiritual identity of the light of the world, of spirit in action, of love. And so with deep gratitude, we move into this journey ready, willing, and able. And yes, we know that who we truly are. It's possible that we forget who we truly are sometimes. And I have a music piece that you're going to be loving It's a piece that I wrote, and it's called Yes, I Know. And I passed on the music sheet to John Paul. I believe I've shared that my younger brother David passed away in 2006 after several years of a very long illness. And it was very, very challenging at times for me, and there are times of beauty and love and everything with my brother and with his journey. And at times, a lot of you know about loss, and we've had loss in our lives, and people pass, and sometimes it's just it grabs you in the heart. It's very difficult. And so one time I was driving back and forth from Dallas to Georgia to see my brother and visit him, and I was just stressed out. And even though as a minister, what do? I just was feeling this pain. And I was in tears at one time in my meditation one morning. I just fell down on my knees and really was sobbing and said, "Dear God, thank you, and I'm willing to be guided and healed through this." I'm not sure what I said. So then a little while later, I went for a run around a lake, and this melody came to me, and words came to me. The melody I named Yes, I Know, based on A Course in Miracles. If you knew who walks beside you on the way that you have chosen, fear would be impossible. If you knew who walks beside you on the way that you have chosen, fear would be impossible. Yes, I know. Yes, we know. Yes, I know. Take it away, John Paul.
If you knew who walks beside you, fear would be impossible. If you knew who walks beside you, fear would be impossible. Do you know? Do you know? You know there is no fear. Do you know? Do you know that God is here? I know God walks beside you, and fear would be impossible. I know God walks beside you. Fear would be impossible. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know there is no fear. Yes, I know. Yes, I know that God is here. I know God walks beside me. Fear is impossible. I know God walks beside me. Fear is impossible. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know there is no fear. Yes, I know. Yes, I know that God is here. I know God walks beside us. Fear is impossible. I know God walks beside inside us. Fear is impossible. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. There is no fear. Yes, I know. Yes, I know that God is here.
Thank you, John Paul. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So, how are we doing this morning with our core identity? Is it something that you've already claimed that you know, you've arrived and everything is fine, or not? So I want to do some screen sharing. If you could screen share me, allow me to screen share tech people. I want to talk a little bit about accepting the certainty of who you are. And if we want to accept certainty of who we are, we have multiple growth opportunities. Can you enable screen sharing for me? I guess that's not going to happen. It's the link, I think, that I got. Okay, I'm seeing myself twice, 3 times, actually. This is interesting. Okay, it's... I'm not sure which is which. All right. So I want to read a quote from Paul Tillich, one of the giants of our times. Paul Tillich says that you are accepted by that which is greater than you, and the name of which you don't know. Simply accept the fact that you are accepted. If that happens, we experience grace. So here we go. Love this. I love life. So, that's not what I want. My screen keeps doing things that I've done that is there such a thing as accepting responsibility for what happens in life? Paul Tillich just said that. I want to read that again because I've gotten myself and all of you maybe perhaps distracted. You are accepted. You are accepted by that which is greater than you, in the name of which you don't know. Now, there's a lot that was said right there. That which is greater than you, a lot of people could embrace that saying, well, yeah, I believe in a higher power. Well, you believe that higher power, by going by many names that you really don't know, is it possible that whatever we don't know is already given us, and that we just put barriers to awareness of the gifts that have been given? How about our divinity? And it's so difficult, in some ways it's absurd, that here we are coming together, wanting to seek but find. And sometimes it's seek and don't find because we're not having an awareness of it. So if we accepted the way we are, then we know that all is well. There's nothing we can do that can ever change that. Simply accept the fact that you are accepted. If that happens, we experience grace. Okay, so in our meditation, I said a few times, my identity is certain. My identity is certain. And in some ways, we have believed in and give power away to a false identity. The false identity being what sometimes we call the ego, ego, easing God out or elbowing God out if things are really not what we believe the divinity of ourselves attracts. if we don't believe in our divinity, then of course we're not certain about it. And so if our divinity is an absolute fact, it's absolute given, and divinity is true for everybody on this planet, that they are divine spiritual beings, then any uncertainty is merely a call for choosing again, for shifting perception, all this from A Course in Miracles, to move back into an awareness that there is only love. Therefore, that love would be you. It would be all creation. And so you heard us be talking about the eye of the storm. And even though you can't see all these slides that I spent hours working on, I'm going to share a little bit from the eye of the storm. And by the way, I would invite you to come to the class still. You can still do that. And the book, The Eye of the Storm, is stellar. It's one of the best books around. Wrong side. And it talks about, Eye of the Storm talks about embracing peace and conflict in the midst of conflict. And the Eye of the Storm is a great concept by Gary Simmons, the Unity Minister. He said the I is not E-Y-E, it's the letter I, the I, moi, of the storm. I'm in the midst of what I've chosen to see as a storm, or a lot of us would agree is, the classic one being the eye of a hurricane. And yet, in any storm, it's possible that we could have an awareness that we know what's going on, or not. The eye of the storm is your wholeness and spiritual essence. In any storm of your life, you can know that you and your wholeness are at the center of it. The eye of the storm is where you can experience the storm without resisting it. It seems like at the circumference of the storm, the winds of confusion, blame, and the need to be right blow with devastating ferocity. The center, the eye of the storm, is where you experience peace, clarity, stillness, and calm. The center, the eye of the storm, is where you know that all is well. And you can, if you would so choose, in the midst of this craziness, choose a moment to look within, to pay attention, to realize, perhaps there's another way of looking at this. I could see that it's within me. If there is a storm in your life, you can know that you and your wholeness are at the center. That's something to remember. If there's a storm in your life, any storm, minor or horrific, at its center is you. And who are you? As you are certain in your identity, you realize that there is calm and there is peace within the midst of this. And I can center in and stay with and embrace who I am, because my identity is certain. You can experience the conflict from the center, where you are capable of authentic and principled action. Well, that gives new meaning to the invite from A Course in Miracles to choose again. And that, as we choose again, there's no asterisk that says you only choose when you're feeling peaceful. Well, you can choose at any time at peace. In the midst of your drama, and no matter how painful it is, there's lots of pain. There is your wholeness, and there is the wholeness of others. We've been through some times, a lot of us, where we've experienced loss and the death of a loved one who passed on, and we're experiencing this as a world right now with the pandemic. And it's sometimes difficult to believe these words on a Sunday. We come and want to get a spiritual fix and then go out into the world that we've decided is against us. What if it was true that in the incredible pains of loss, or someone that is ill right now, and perhaps it's you, what if in the midst of this loss, there is this perfect oneness, this perfect peace that is there? It's not gone anywhere. We've really put some barriers around our perception of it. So the eye of your storm is your wholeness and your spiritual essence. Sometimes when I visit folks in the hospital, nowadays it's not in person, but one of my prayers with them, and quite often this is what Unity teaches, that I see in you wholeness. I see in you love. I see in you a spiritual essence that is who you truly are at your heart level. And sometimes I will even say that aloud if someone's in a coma or whatever, and because I have a belief that we are always connected, and sometimes at the human level, even though we don't think they're having any awareness, the patient has any awareness to us, yes, they do. It's one thing I teach chaplains. That's one thing that I've learned, that wherever I am, God is. That sounds familiar. Oh, that's in the prayer for protection. We've known that. So which part of our mind are we paying attention to? There's a book that's I love. It's called The Mastery of Self by Don Miguel Ruiz, Jr. And The Mastery of Self, it's a Toltec guide to personal freedom. And he shares that I guess I need my lenses for this, folks. He shares, if you are like most people, the narrator in your mind is constantly alternating between parasite and ally, which is what he calls a parasite and the ally. Sometimes going back and forth many times during the course of a single day. Wow, how about a single minute? It happens to me. So when the narrator becomes a parasite, doubt sets in, and you question the choice you make. Inspiration and creativity are gone, replaced by self-doubt and conditional self-love for oneself and for others. When the ally takes over, you feel confident in your abilities, and the character and the chatter in your character that fills your mind is one of joy. And so when the ally takes over, you feel confident in your abilities, confident in you, and the chatter, sometimes we call the ego, has transformed into joy or love at that moment. It's important, he says, to understand that neither the parasite nor the ally speaks as the authentic self, capital A, authentic self, capital S-E-L-F. I think in Unity we would say that's probably the Christ self, that's the Buddha self, the Allah self. The authentic self is the divine, the energy or spirit that gives life to your body and mind. When you identify with the voice in your head, you confuse the narrator for who you really are and becomes its slave in this process. When the narrator speaks as your ally, you feel happy. And when the voice of the parasite takes over, you become sad or depressed. But as a master of self, which you are, when your identity is absolutely certain, you know that neither voice is ultimately you, as neither represents the whole of your authentic self. So is your authentic self one that you have a clear awareness of as part of your divine identity, your certainty around who you truly are? I would suggest that, yes, you know. We do know. We know who walks in as and with us, beside us. So in accepting the certainty of who you are, your choice is, would you choose unity consciousness, over separation? Or would you choose reality, what you define as reality, over illusion? When you choose unity consciousness over separation, you choose reality over illusion. When you choose unity over separation, you choose reality. It's a spiritual reality over illusion. It's from A Course of Love. When you choose unity consciousness over what a part of you knows is illusion, the part of you that's not absolutely certain that what you're experiencing is who you are, or who another person is. Yes, you know. Our identity is certain. It's given. And so, isn't this a great journey of awakening, a spiritual awakening? Reawakening is what it's all about. So thanks for being on this journey with me. It's awesome, isn't it? So God bless you. You know, here's another decision that we make all the time. We make a decision about, will we accept the certainty of who we are? Do we really claim our divinity, which is love? So what is your decision right now? There's some music that we all know and love really, really well. Our decision is love. Love is my decision. Love is my decision. Love is our decision. We transform the world and ourselves as we remember that, as we live it, and as we embrace it. So let's sing it and sing it with some passion. God bless.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. And no one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, love will show me how. Love is my decision right here, right now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, love will show me how. Love is my decision right here, right now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. Once I decide to change my mind, love will show me how. Love is my decision right here, right now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, love will show me how. Love is my decision right here, right now. My decision right here, right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, John Paul and Steve. And now for our tithes and offerings. We give from our unlimited abundance and open hearts. You can go to our website or newsletter to give your gifts online. Here is a prosperity affirmation from Charles Fillmore. It is your birthright to be prosperous, regardless of who you are or where you may be. As we each give, we affirm this offering blessing. We can say this aloud. Divine love I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so grateful.
I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe give me insight between black and white. And the best thing you've ever done for me is to help to take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard to hear. I wrap my fear around me like a blanket. I sailed my ship on safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shores. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountain. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And unless I see my soul, closer I am to find. With a poster of Rasputin and beer down to his knee. He never did marry or see a B-grade movie. He graded my performance. He said he could see through me. I spent 4 years prostrate to the higher mind, and I got my paper and I was free. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountain. There's more than one question to these answers, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I see my soul, closer I am to find, yeah. Closer I am to find, yeah. I stopped by the bar at 3 a.m. to seek solace in a bottle or possibly a friend. I woke up with a headache like a head against a board, twice as cloudy as I'd been the night before, and I went in seeking clarity. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountain. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I see my soul, closer I am to find, yeah.
Kofi.
Yeah. You want to do the peace song? Yeah. We haven't done that yet.
Here we go.
Okay, peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we're also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life.